Where can I find more base knowledge? I'm in search of more base knowledge. Where is it? Oh, I know. One of the biggest and baddest corporations. They must have some answers. Let's look at their CEO, the boss, the guy who runs the shit. He must be a brilliant man running one of the biggest corporations in this world. Because if the people at the very tippy top are the best, brightest, the most brilliant people with the most amount of base knowledge, because they run this civilization where our standard of living is so high and everything is so nice and modernized. Larry Fink, he is the CEO of BlackRock. I have heard this is one of the biggest companies. Larry Fink, what you got?
I could argue in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
Okay. You want less people then? But then you have less customers to feed at the farm.
That's something that most people never talked about.
Yeah, because it doesn't really make much natural sense. We all got this natural urge to have little, you know what, and procreate.
You know, we always used to think shrinking population is a cause for negative growth. But in my conversations with the leadership of these large developed...
Are you a lizard, Larry? Why can't you speak normally? Why can't these people speak normally? You sound like an alien, bro. Okay, Larry, I'm sorry. Let's back it up a little bit.
In my conversations with the leadership of these large developed countries that have xenophobic immigration policies, they don't allow anybody to come in, shrinking unemployment, shrinking demographic.
Bro, are you a little shaken? Like, what's going on? Is this the CEO of the biggest and baddest company out there with the most amount of power and control? Or at least what the public is being told? Like, really, bro? You don't sound confident at all about what you're saying. You're stumbling with your words. You start with this. Shrinking populations are xenomorphic, this term and that term, and fucking hands-ons everywhere. Like, are these people actual people? Actual human beings?
These countries
Spit it out.
rapidly develop robotics and AI.
Oh my god. Guess where this is going? Robotics, AI.
Technology. And it's a promise. I didn't say it's going to happen, but it's a promise of all that transforms productivity.
Productivity, bro. Let's go. We need more productivity. We ain't having enough productivity to build this productive, modern, high standard of living society, civilization with the most productive culture there has ever been. More morning routines. Guess what? AI and robots, they don't need any motherfucking morning routines, boy. They wake up every time. They don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. and then go do a little jog, then do a little ice bath, then do a little coffee shot here and there, then do a little intermittent fasting, then do a little red laser therapy. They don't need to do any of that shit. They can build the system for us all the time, bitch. And we don't have to deal with you tards anymore. Is this what you're saying, Larry?
promise, I didn't say it's going to happen, but as a promise of all that transforms productivity, which most of us think it will, we'll be able to elevate the standard of living.
Oh my God. There we go. The standard of living. It's never If this lizard say standard of living or productivity one more time, boy, we coming after you guys. We already should be coming after these guys. These guys have ruined everything. The best standard of living is out there, bro. With your bare ass on the ground, enjoying sunlight with your friends, family and loved ones, eating some freaking raw chicken. If you are into that, you can eat other stuff too. So Larry, if these AIs and robotics, they're gonna take all these jobs like you plan. I mean, in a way, that's the whole depopulation plan. I just made a video, stop working for the elites, because those jobs are gone soon. The elites are gonna build their own system with them robotics. They don't want to deal with you tards anymore, doing those retarded jobs for the elites. So if you have one of those jobs, better quit now and start planning on your attack against this shit. Or maybe we should just all go to chill out in the forest without any skills and resources. You know, we need to. These guys are coming anyways. That's this whole depopulation plan. Also, one of the big keys are for them that they don't have to pay. They don't have to pay a lot of people. That's why this was popular. That's why they're geoengineering every freaking day. That's why they're giving you shitty ass food. That's why there's toxic chemicals everywhere. That's why they're frying our brains and our asses with the non-native EMFs. That's the number one weapon they have against us. The invisible rainbow. Read that shit. But that's why they have come up with all these ways to destroy us, so they don't have to pay us. Because we have been paying all these pension funds. I don't know what they're called in all the countries. Is it 401k, IRS or something in USA? But basically these pension funds, we workers, we little slaves pay our whole lives working for these guys, but they don't have, and they invest just like the bankers. They take that money, they rob that money from us, and they invest it with all these ARs and robotics and building their little systems, their little bunkers and whatever else. So they use that money. They don't got that money anymore. They know the fiat system is crashing. These guys know it very well. That's why they want that digital currency, that global digital currency. That's why also these guys hate Bitcoin. Anyway, so these guys wanna off if you know what I mean. Like a lot of people, before they start to collect the pensions for their hard little slave work, they did all these years for these guys. These little lizard people, because they don't have that money anymore. It's already been used. It's been spent by all kinds of shit that you probably wouldn't want it to be spent, just like your tax money. So if they can off a lot of people earlier, also less people, easier it is to control the herd. Easier it is to control your little sheep herd. Keep it in. Watch the freaking fences, inside of the fences, in the cage. So there's that angle. They can replace your jobs to build their system more efficiently. Because robots, they productivity maxing unlike you, bitch. Because we humans, we like to chill out. We like to be a little bit more outside, enjoy the sun, have little holidays. Robots can't do that. Can do without it. They have a little bit of maintenance here and there. And they're good, son. A little bit of oil. And they're good. A little bit of coding. And they're freaking good. Unlike you, you need all kinds of freaking accommodations and holidays. And your mental health is barely holding on in 2025. And your physical health is like they're playing. So you ain't gonna be here much longer. So they don't have to pay the money you gave them for all your life. They don't have to pay that shit back. The faster you die off, less they have to pay back for you. That's the whole depopulation plan.
which most of us think it will be able to elevate the standard of living of countries, the standard of living of individuals, even with shrinking populations.
Shrinking population.
And so,
standard of living, productivity, shrinking populations. They're straight up telling you what the fuck they are doing.
the paradigm of negative population growth is going to be changing. And the social problems.
Yes, we are gonna put our little influencers at work. We're gonna put our little news media, news anchors to work. That's how propaganda works.
That one will have in substituting humans for machines is going to be far easier in those countries that have declining populations. And so for those...
So if you're in those countries, it's looking real rough for you and your bloodline right now.
countries that have rising populations, the answer will be education.
Of course, education, Rockefeller education, that will make the thinkers, workers.
And so rapidly developing,
Education to not really reproduce. Education take your natural instincts away from you. So you have sex with a condom if you don't have sex anymore, because your hormones don't work, because your circadian rhythms are fucked up by blue light, and non-native EMFs have fried your little uterus and your little ball sack. So that's problem solved. We don't even have to educate your ass anymore. You can have all the sex you want, but you are infertile.
for those countries that do not have a foundation of rule of law or education, they're going to be left, that's what...
Those are the countries we savages, base scientists, the base knowledge holders need to be invest. Start building our own shit. Start building our own little natural world. Counteract these motherfuckers.
For the divide's going to get more and more extreme, and unfortunately...
Yeah, bro. Larry Frank, whoever the fuck you are, lizard people, they're telling straight up what they are gonna do. Are you gonna go along with it? Are you coming outside with me? See you there.